of the night, ghosts and ghouls, tricksters and treaters, welcome to my first Halloween special. We have a wonderfully creepy show for you tonight, a good few minutes of peeking into my childhood nightmares. Things that went a bit too bump in the night for Saber the Wolf cub to handle. Even now, some of these childhood terrors still haunt my inner psyche. However, I'm a big wolf now, and there's no need to hide under the covers and hug my teddy chow. Allow me to notify you of the fact that, as a child, I was quite the coward. I was easily scared back then, so if some of these things didn't scare you, don't brag about it. I've already admitted to my childhood tendencies after all. Here are the guidelines for this list. 1 fear per franchise, and if I didn't have to encounter said fear, it doesn't count. So unfortunately, Mr. Sharpkeys will have to sit this one out, since you could beat Super Mario 64 without setting foot in the Boo's mansion. I do believe I've said enough. So grab your candy, your best costume, and enjoy the show. Good luck. Again, just to clarify, when I was a child, I was a coward, and as such, I could never face this boss without someone giving me a hand. What's that sound? Boos? Definitely not the spooky variety. Oh, wait. That's the sound of competitive Smash players expressing their hatred for this game through booing me. Well, Top Tanukis, this isn't about being competitive. It's about the hand that creates and destroys. Master Hand, the disembodied Mario glove from the darkest depths of the universe. You know he's coming when you hear his sinister laugh. Oh man, sends chills down my spine to this day. That laugh alone got me asking for backup from the nearest older sibling back in the day. Yeesh. Almost makes you want to call one up right now. Will you get out of here? However, looking back on the big guy now, I realized this was one of those fears that barely anyone besides me had. Honestly, I don't even think his design or even his boss fight scared me. It was just a laugh. Take away the laugh, and again, he's just a disembodied Mario glove. Which is why he's so low on the list. Maybe I should have played with the volume down. Ah, that's better. This one is something I was probably too young to be afraid of. And you'll understand what I mean after I ask one simple question. So, are you afraid of death? Oh, 90s rareware, you sly dogs you. You made people think this was still a kid's game, you clever bastards you. Allow me to fill you in. But first, to those who haven't beaten Banjo-Kazooie,
warning, warning.
Are they gone? Okay, good. A few years have passed since Banjo and Kazooie buried Grunty alive with a boulder. And the years have been anything but kind to her complexion. Her sisters free her bony butt, and while trying to kill Banjo and Kazooie with some magic, she kills Mr. Tutorial instead. I would have been a happy little boy, except for the fact that I actually liked bottles. Oh, but that's not the end of it. Once you beat up Shrek before Shrek over here, you discover the Jinjo village, where you see every color of Jinjo has their own little hat. Wait. This one looks a bit broken. What's this sign say? Whoa, 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 what? She killed an entire family of unsuspecting Jinjos with a giant drill. That's just disturbing. But that's not the end. There's just one more thing that happened that made me not want to play this game for days when I was a child. So once you get over the incident, you visit King Jingling, king of all things Jinjo. He tells you that his people, the Jinjos, have scattered after the drill came by, and gives you a Jiggy as well as a request to recover all the Jinjos and bring them home safe and sound. However, once you leave his castle, Grunty and her siblings use a life-sucking machine named Bob to sap all the color and life out of King Jingling for helping you. They even drain the gold off the castle. And what's left of him? Just an indestructible King Jinjo zombie accompanied by one of the most bone-chilling scores I've ever heard in a video game. Sweet Jiggy Wiggy! What a first impression this game made. Remember, kids, never judge a game by its cover. You might just regret it. Fear works in strange ways sometimes. For instance, what you do see is often less frightening than what you don't see. Let me get a bit of context for this entry. So I'm playing Ocarina of Time, best Zelda game yet, 10 out of 10. I made some progress, I got the item the game's named after, and I go to the Temple of Time to grab my Navi 2 Master Sword. Once I grab it, Ganondorf taunts me, laughs, and holy shit, puberty hit me like a goddamn truck. Once I left after talking to Totally Not Zelda, I found that Hyrule Castle Town isn't as cheerful as it was 7 years ago.
I have several questions.
Why is everything dark? What's with that fire donut over Death Mountain? What's with all the redeads? Where are all the people? Can I be little boy again? What in Hylia happened here? But that's just it. The reason I was so scared was I didn't know what happened. In the game, you pass 7 years with the push of a button. Everything goes from happy and colorful to lifeless and dead with just the pull of a single sword. Kind of ironic, seeing as the Blade of Evil's Bane led me to such a hellish landscape. And do you hear that? Very fitting ambiance for the ruins of an abandoned town. Oh yeah, and did I mention redeads? Pretty sure I did. Even that kind of creeped me out for more than the obvious reasons. Why redeads? Are they just here because they're scary? Are they the townspeople that didn't escape? You know what? I should stop asking questions. Some things just best left unsaid. If you thought dead was bad, you've seen nothing yet. Yeah, I didn't see this coming, did ya? An adult game in a countdown about my 90s childhood. Let's just say dear old dad didn't look at the rating and assume that mug was full of root beer. But enough about my parents' mistakes. This is about my fears and whoo boy. They call this chapter spooky for a reason. Sure, it seems fine when the first thing you see is Greg trying to kill some catfish. But once you're given that boomstick and walk into that graveyard, shit gets real. You might be thinking,
Please, I killed zombies way scarier than that in COD.
and to that I say, try doing that, but with an N64 controller, headshot kills only, and a laser pointer as your only means of aiming. Oh, and the zombies run at you. Not so macho now, huh, Mr. MLG360 No Scope? The main reason these little nightmares scared me, though, is how they moaned. Hey, Peach, you need a new vibe stick? Cause I got one inside my back. And the way they run at you, oh God have mercy! I knew I shouldn't have picked Genji. Sure, you could just cheese this part by hopping on the nearest oversized tombstone and get more headshots than a pro sniper. But you think I knew that at the age of fucking 4? You might be expecting me to talk about that part with the vampire. But the thing is, I was so scared of those zombie squirrels, my big bro decided to do all the spooky before I had the emeralds to play again. So, as a kid, I never even got to experience that part. I'd say screw him if the zombie squirrels didn't come back for another round. It was for the best. Now, I put a lot of thought into this list, despite my more comedic focus this time around. My memory was put to the ultimate test when writing this script, and you wouldn't believe how many nightmares I had to go through. Number 1 is something that any 4-year-old would be terrified of. Possibly even this generation's 4-year-olds. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mad Jack! So, I was just a little boy, playing DK64. Yeah, I know, get a little repetitive with these, but just roll. I made it to Frantic Factory, one of the creepiest levels in the game. I was kind of fed up with being so scared, so I grew a pair and got through the level, collecting enough nanners for the boss. Oh boy, who's it gonna be? Tiny? Little girl? The youngest Kong? I guess this boss won't be too bad. Maybe Maybe it's just a giant monkey-themed Barbie doll or something. Please keep in mind that this is a retelling of my thought process as a 4-year-old in the late 90s. At the time, my little boy brain thought all females were weak, gentle, girly girls, which at the time was normal for little boys. Any sexist or unpopular opinions on females that are expressed here are no longer mine and never will be, since I now see that whether you have a dick or not does not determine who you are or what you're into. Oh, a dark room. Okay, creep me out a bit. Oh, that square is glowing. Rule number 1 of video games: always follow the shiny. Whoa, platforms. Oh, here it comes. Box. Seriously? I was more scared of the level than this. Wait. It's growing. Is it too late to back out? Okay, I'll keep going. Sweet hippo fat rareware. Do you realize you're mostly making these games for kids, right? This handsome mug here literally induced nightmares into Mini-Me. His boss arena is creepy. Playing as Tiny made me feel helpless as a kid. His boss music is panic incarnate. And his design... oh my god, his design. He looks like the love child of a gremlin and a frilled lizard that was taught how to speak by Donald Duck, became a pirate, then was turned into a goddamn Terminator, and stuffed into a Jack-in-the-Box. Wait a second. Play that back for me. Yeah, no, not that, the other thing. That's not Mad Jack laughing. That's part of the music. Who was that? Wait. Killer toys. Creepy abandoned toy factory still up and running somehow. Maniacal laughter. Oh dear lord. I'm Saber the Wolf, and I've got clown proof in my house. Happy Halloween!